Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss about transactions. What is meant by transaction? What are the properties of transaction? And what is meant by serializability and different types of serializability techniques under the transaction concepts. Transaction is a logical unit of work. A logical unit of program that access and update various data item. A transaction is a logical program or logical unit of work. Observe the banking transactions. Okay, properties of transactions. Properties of transactions. Properties of transaction, acid properties. Acid properties. A. Atomicity. C. Consistency. I. Isolation. D. Durability. Atomicity, consistency, isolation, and then durability. And what is meant by atomicity? Atomicity is nothing but either all operations reflected properly in the database in case of failures is nothing but atomicity. Consistency, before execution the sum a plus b, after execution the sum a plus b does not change is nothing but consistency. Isolation, isolation is nothing but multiple transaction can execute simultaneously. Transaction T1 followed by T2, transaction T2 followed by T1. And then durability, that is a redoing the operations of committed transactions in case of failures is nothing but that is a durability. Okay, and first one is a what is meant by atomicity. Atomicity is nothing but, observe here, that is a account A having $1,000, account B having $2,000. It can transfer $50 from account A to account B. What is that? Account A is the $1,000, account B is the $2,000. It can transfer $50 from account A to account B. What is the simple pseudocode? Pseudocode of, that is read A. Read A equal to A minus 50. Write A. And then read B. B equal to B plus 50. Write B. This is a simple pseudo code of, that is the transaction. Read A. A is the data item. Here B also data item. Read the values. And then write is the update the data items. First suppose what is the first one is the $1,000. A equal to data item 1000. That is $1,000. A equal to A minus 50, that is a $950. Write A, that is the update, that is a $950. And then read B. Read B is the 2000. B equal to B plus 50, 2050. Write B also, that is the update the data item. Observe here, before execution the sum A plus B, that is the sum A plus B equal to, that is 1000 plus 2000, that is equal to 3000. After execution the sum, that is a 950 and then B 2050. What is the sum? That is the total sum is the 950 plus 2050. That is the 3000. Before execution and then before execution the sum A plus B, after execution the sum A plus B does not change. That is the consistency. Consistency. Clear? That is the acid properties. Acid properties. And what is the second one is satisfied. Consistency. Before execution the sum, after execution the sum does not change. Whereas in the observe here atomicity, after write A operation, before write B operation, a power failure occurs. After write A operation, before write B operation, a power failure occurs. What happened? That is the A 1000. I mean A equal to A minus 50, 950. I mean write A 950. Read B, that is a 2000. I mean here B equal to B plus 50. We won't add. Why? Because after write A operation, the power failures can be happen. We won't add. That is the write B also. That is a 2000. And what is the here? Before execution 3000, but after execution 950 plus 2000, 2950. That is a $50 was wasted. That is a drawback in file system, whereas in the advantage of database management system by using acid properties, that is a atomicity, by using atomicity. And what is the definition? Either all operations reflected properly in the database in case of failures. Suppose if any power failure occurs, like that is a power failure or hardware failures. Hardware failures. Any power failure occurs, okay, by using that is the atomicity, we can get the consistent state. Why? Because there is some backup is there, based that backup we use, that is we can get the consistent state. Is there any power failures by using atomicity? By using atomicity. Atomicity definition: either all operations, either all operations, either all operations are reflected properly in the database. In the database. In case of failures. Based on the definition, is there any power failure occurs, we can get the consistent state. That is the first one is the atomicity. Second one is the consistency. What is the consistency? Before execution the sum A plus B, that is a 3000. After execution the sum A plus B, that is a 950 plus 2050, 3000 does not change. That is the consistency. Okay, that is the first one. I mean atomicity. Second one is the consistency. Third one is the isolation. What is by isolation? Multiple transactions can execute simultaneously is nothing but that is the isolation. What is a multiple transaction? For example, transaction T1 followed by transaction T2. What is the first case? Transaction T1, it can transfer $50 account A to account B. Whereas in the transaction T2, it can transfer 10% of the balance, 10% of the balance from account A to account B. What is the transaction T1? It can transfer $50 account A to account B. I mean transaction T2, it can transfer 10% of the balance from account A to account B. What is the first transaction T1? Observe here, that is a read A. Read A. A equal to A minus 50. I mean write A. Write A. Read B. Read B. B equal to B plus 50. And then write B. There's a T1. It can transfer $50 account A to account B. And whereas in the here 10% of the balance from account A to account B. What is the transaction? That is a read A. Read A. A equal to, right, simple what is here? I mean temp equal to, can store the temporary variables. Is that here by using, I mean right here, it can transfers, that is I mean 10% of balance from account A to account B. We use temporary variable, I mean temp equal to A into 0.1. I mean A equal to A minus temp. I mean write A and then read B. I mean B equal to B plus temp and then write B. That is the second case. It can transfers 10% of the balance from account A to account B. That is isolation. What is isolation? Multiple transactions can execute simultaneously. What is the account A having? Same account A having $1,000. I mean account B having $2,000. $2,000. Observe the operations. That is the A $1,000. That is the A equal to A minus 50, 950. Write A, update the data item. Write A is nothing but update the data item. Read means that is a scanf, like read the data item, read the values. Right, next read B, that is a 2000. I mean B equal to B plus 50, 2050. I mean write B also 2050. Whereas the here read A, what is the read A? That is a 950, here 950. And what is the temp? A into 0.1, what is the here? 950 into 1 by 10. That is a 0, 0 cancel. What is that value? 95. 95 is stored into the temporary variable. A equal to A minus 50. That is a 950 minus 95. That is equal to 855. That is the right A. What is the right A? 855. I mean read B. What is the read B? 2050. Read B is the 2050. Whereas in the B equal to B plus 10. That is the 2050 plus 95. That is equal to 2145. 2145. That is the right B also 2145. That is the, I mean before execution, after execution. Observe here. And what is the here? I mean 2145 plus 855. That is a 0 and then 10 and then 10. That is a 3000. Before execution, what is the A plus B? A value is the 855 and then B value is the 2145. Before execution, I mean A equal to $1,000, B equal to $2,000. What is the sum? Sum equal to 3000. Why? Because A plus B. After execution, what is that value? A value is the 855 and then B value is the 2145. That is the, what is the total? 3000. Before execution, after execution, the value does not change. That is a transaction T1 followed by transaction T2. Okay. Same like that only, that is a transaction T2 followed by transaction T1. That is a transaction T2 followed by T1. Multiple transactions can execute simultaneously. What is the here transaction? Here transaction T1 and then transaction T2. Also here that is a read A. It can transfer, that is a, I mean 10% of the balance from account A to account B. That is a, we use a temporary variable, a temp equal to A into 0.1. I mean A equal to A minus temp. I mean write A. I mean read B. B equal to B plus temp. I mean write B. There is a transaction T2, it can transfer 10% of the balance from account A to account B. Transaction T1, what is the, it can transfer $50 account A to account B. And what is here? Read A. A equal to A minus 50. Write A. I mean read B. I mean B equal to B plus 50. Write B. It can transfer, that is $50 account A to account B. Observe here T2 followed by T1. In first case T1 followed by T2. What is the here? Before execution the sum 3000, after execution the sum 3000. Whereas in the account A having same, that is $1,000. Account B having $2,000. Observe here what is A. First one A. 1000. Here temp equal A into 0.1, 1000 into 1 by 10. That is 0, 0 cancel, that is 100. 100 is stored into the temporary variable. A equal to A minus temp. What is 1000 minus 100? 1000 minus 100 is 900. Write A is the 900. Read B 2000. B equal to B plus temp. That is 2000 plus what is the temp value? 100. Write B is the 2100. That is the A value is the 900, B is the 2100. Here read A. What is the read A? 900. Read A is the 900. Why? Because concurrent execution simultaneously or multiple transactions can execute simultaneously. 900. 900 minus 50. That is the 850. Write A is the 850. Read B. What is the 2100? Here 2150. Why? Because B equal to B plus 50. Write B also 2150. And what is the A value is the 850. B value is the 2150. Add the two values. What is that result? Is the 3000. 3000. Before execution the sum A equal 1000, B equal 2000. What is the sum? Is the 3000. That is no change. Before execution the sum A plus B 3000. After execution the sum A plus B also 3000. That's why T1 followed by T2, T2 followed by T1. Multiple transaction can execute simultaneously. Okay, that is the isolation. What is by atomicity? What is by consistency? What is by isolation? And what is by durability? Durability means redoing the operations of committed transactions in case of failures. Is nothing but readability. That is the durability. Okay, that is the transaction. What is my transaction? What are the properties of transaction? Okay, today we will stop here. In next class, and what is by serializability? What are the different types of serializability techniques? Thank you.